Hello everyone, my name is Havian, and today I want to be showing you some Naruto To Boruto Shinobi Striker, which is a game that I didn't really have on my radar whatsoever, but when I went down to Bandai Namco to record some footage for some of their upcoming games, I decided to give it a try. And surprisingly, it kind of caught me off guard by how fun it was, surprisingly. I haven't really been into Naruto games for a while. I mean, I played some of the... Don't worry about me falling off the cliff. I'm still trying to get used to the controls, okay? I'm still trying to get used to the controls. I eventually pick everything back up and start understanding what I'm doing, but yeah, I do a few silly things in this match because my very first one. But I bounced back pretty quick. But yeah, I haven't really played too many Naruto games recently. I played the Storm series quite a bit, like the very first ones, and I played some of the games back on the GameCube for quite a bit. But I kind of fell off the games. They weren't really high priority, so I wasn't really... I knew this game was coming out, but I didn't really care too much about it. I didn't really care too much about actually following it or wanting to give it a try. But after trying this 4v4 capture the flag mode that they had on demo there, I'm actually kind of interested. Like, I've looked up and seen some other details about the game, how you can create your own character and the different game modes you have inside of there. And I have to say, I'm actually kind of interested in this now. It plays more, if you have played some of the other Naruto games, this game plays more like an action game than it does a fighting game in comparison to the other ones, or in comparison to the Storm series. So for those of you that are familiar with action games where you have like light attack, heavy attack, then you've got moves where you've got the traditional like shadow clone moves, so if you're getting attacked you can turn into a log and evade the moves. They got that's back. But there's a few things in there that are going to be familiar to people that just play action games rather than fighting games, which is kind of what made me understand how to play this fairly quickly. Like you can see, I've already like captured the flag and I'm running around with it. I decided that I'll just play the objective, because a lot of people, when they jump in at first, they want to just like fight and see what the characters are like. I'm like, no, okay, I'm gonna play the objective. I'm gonna win. So I went and grabbed the flag. But it plays, you got light attack, you got heavy attack. Then on the shoulder buttons, you have a few of the character's signature moves. So I think Naruto had Rasengan, and he had, I can't even remember what his other move was. The Wind Shuriken one. I can't remember. I haven't watched Naruto in years. It's been years. And then he's got a super move if you push up on the D-pad. So they're fairly simple to execute. It didn't seem like when you push light and heavy attack, it didn't really feel like you could string together. You could weave them into each other, but it didn't really feel like you could pull off like big combos with them. It almost felt, well, because we're playing the game for the first time, it almost felt button mashy. But that's the first time we play it. I'm pretty sure once people actually get used to it, they'll get more technical with it and they'll start to understand what they can do with it. But at first, it did feel really button mashy. But that being said, look at me, like, just juking this guy, jumping right over your head. Sasuke, you can't get me. This flag is mine. But it does feel like it's a game that's going to be very easy to pick up and play. And you can see that if you're jumping towards a wall... So R2 functions as pretty much all of your ninja abilities. You can use it to turn into the log to evade attacks. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure it's the... I don't know. It's their log evade. You can use that to do... You can do that, use R2 to evade. Or if you're in the air, you can use it to latch onto a wall in front of you. So if you're falling, you can push R2 and you'll shoot a shuriken that's got like a wire attached to it, and you'll pull towards a wall or your nearest wall. So that's a good way of like moving around. And if you're standing on the ground and you hold R2 down, you'll kind of like leap towards a certain place or a certain target. So R2's got its different functions. Circle's going to be to throw your shurikens, and the other buttons are pretty much going to be what I explained earlier. But it does feel like it does seem like you can weave a lot of those things into your light and heavy attacks. Oh, there you go. There's the ultimate move. Totally missed the target though. But from what I played of this mode in particular, it does feel like there's going to be a lot of strategy involved in the at least the capture the flag modes. And the thing I've got to say, one of the things that kind of caught me off guard about this is you can see the characters running all along the walls. You can see them jumping all over the place. But surprisingly, even though I'm playing this for the very first time, everything felt smooth. It felt very easy for you to, you just knew that, well, everything just worked basically. Like, you run towards a wall, you jumped on it, you just knew where you're gonna land, where you're gonna go. It didn't feel like you didn't have to hold down any other buttons to like stick to the wall. You didn't have to like jump at a certain angle. Everything just felt like it worked really well. So I gotta give them props for that. Like, control wise, everything works the way you would kind of expect them to work. So like, you can see this, I'm playing this for the very first time. Oh wow, I got hit by the ultimate. I'm playing this for the very first time, and you can just do stuff. If you just assume you can do stuff that you should be able to do if you're playing as a Naruto character, it just works. It just kind of works. You'll run towards the wall, jump on it, you'll stick to it. Then you just keep running along it. It all feels seamless and it all feels good. But so, I have to say, from what I've played of it so far, I actually am kind of impressed. It wasn't something that was on my radar whatsoever, but I am impressed so far. This was the first of a few videos that I'm going to do for this game, or that I'm going to show you for this game. This was me playing as Naruto. I do have one coming for Sasuke, I do have one coming for Sakura, and I do have one coming for Kakashi. But I'll show you those very soon. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it if you want to see more. If you want to view my live streams, then follow me on Twitch, and if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing, then be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description. We'll be making some new videos very soon, but until I make those videos, I'll see you all later.